And welcome back to another episode of the Men's Report, Fantasy Prediction Show, hosted by yours truly, Menace to Fantasy. Let's go. And welcome back to another episode of the Men's Report, Fantasy Prediction Show. All right, welcome back, y'all. Welcome back. Hold up. Let me pause that music. I'm back, and welcome back to you for tuning in again to another informative filled video by your boy Menace. Now, I'm just coming in here, and we're just gonna talk. There's some stuff that has went down in the NFL, some moves, some trades, some releases that are very intriguing. I'm not gonna go over all of them, just some of them that piqued my interest. Now, I'm gonna be more consistent with these videos. Basketball season is officially over for your boy. The East Orange Lady Jaguars finished the season with 12 wins. We made the Essex County tournament. There we go. We qualified for the state tournament. There you go. We did our thing, my young ladies. I'm very proud of them. They balled this year. We had a good season. Now, I got a couple of days of rest, and then softball starts up for your boy, then I'll be back with the practice. Now, what I want to talk about, like I said, is some of the stuff that's went down recently with releases and trades, okay? The first one. This one's kind of old, but it's still worthy of me giving my 2 cents. We're going to start with the release of Tyreek Hill. Now, this is not shocking at all. At all. It's very obvious the Miami Dolphins are in straight rebuild mode. And when that happens, a straight rebuild mode, is they're going to move assets that are very expensive. Especially an asset that's taking up a lot on the cap and is injured. Big time injury for Tyreek Hill. Now, this is going to be a nice save on their cap. If they didn't release this young man, okay, they'd have been $20 million behind the cap. So this frees up $20 million. All right. So it comes down to money, especially in football. It comes down to money. So if they had kept Tyreek, it'd be a massive salary cap hit, and you're not going to improve your team when you're already $20 million in the hole. So you had to let them go. Tyreek is 32 years old. Coming off a major injury. He dislocated his knee. Not only did he dislocate the knee, he tore a lot of liquor, especially the ACL. So I know he had a surgery for that dislocated knee, but I think he has to have one more surgery with that ACL. So this man is definitely not going to be ready for next season. I'll be shocked if he's ready. Like I said, you got a brand new coach coming in. They want to shape the team the way they want to go, and I'm pretty sure they want to use that money in other ways to help this team. All right, this was the right financial move for the Miami Dolphins. Paying $50 million for a wide receiver coming off a major injury is crazy, and that's what they would have had to do. I think he would have been due $50 million, and you don't do that. Okay, now there are going to be several teams that are going to be interested in his service, especially if he comes back and he's 85% of what he was. He's still a deep threat. Defense still have to pay attention when this man is on the field. He'll take the top off the lid. He'll stretch the field. You got to pay attention when Tyreek is on the field. Now, the first team is obvious, the Kansas City Chiefs. I know they have Rice and the other young boy out there, but they're not Tyreek Hill. They're not stretching the field like Tyreek Hill. Him going back there at a cheaper rate would be smart on his behalf, and his agent. Don't try to rape him. Go back cheap. You go back to Kansas City. Mahomes will be very happy, and he's coming off a major injury as well. You bring Tyreek back. He's got his boy going deep, and this frees up Travis Kelce, because you can't just pay attention to Travis when Tyreek is on the field. The next team that makes sense now, what recently just transpired with this team, really takes them off the list, but you never know. They might want to add more weapons. The Buffalo Bills, okay? You look at Buffalo and you were like, damn, they just need some wide receivers. And, I'll talk a little bit later. They did do that. They brought in wide receiver in, but bringing Tyreek in here, that would just be another weapon for Josh Allen. The next team is the Dallas Cowboys. They already have a tremendous wide receiver duo. George Pickens and my boy, what's his name? CeeDee Lamb. You bring in Tyreek, those three, but I don't see it happen, but you never know. Dallas might want to do it. Jerry likes to spend money in the wrong places sometimes. And the dark horse, the teams that might be interested in the service of Tyreek Hill. The LA Chargers. Justin Herbert. He has a cannon for the arm. That team is building themselves to make a playoff run. They bring him in and he's healthy. That would just be a weapon for Justin. And it might get ugly out there. That offense would be very explosive. All right. So let's transition into the first trade I want to talk about. Let's talk about David Montgomery being traded to the Houston Texans. Now, first thing I'm going to say is, Woody Marks, you had your run. You was very inconsistent. I got him in one of my dynasty leagues. I'm not going to cut him, but the RB1 role for him is done. Nick Chubb, I give him kudos for the effort for coming back off those major injuries. I think he signed a one-year deal. He's done. And Joe Mixon's career might be over as well. But he's gone. Bringing David in, it just helps the Houston Texans. Okay? For the last 3 years, he was up in Detroit, doing this thing up in Detroit. He was a part of that famous backfield duo, him and Jahmyr Gibbs, Sonic and Knuckles. Okay? Now, with this trade, the Lions received offensive lineman Juice Shrugs, a 2026 fourth-round pick, and a 2027 seventh-round pick in 2027. The Lions are betting on Gibbs. We already saw the splits. When Gibbs had that backfield to himself, he can get the job done. Okay? He can get the job done. I used to get mad when they take Gibbs off the field. I understood because David Montgomery was a very talented running back, but I would get mad. Now, it's officially Jahmyr Gibbs' workhorse activated. He's the workhorse up there. And somebody say, oh, yeah, they're going to bring another running back in. They bring a rookie in, it's a rookie. They're not going to cut into his workload. He will dominate that backfield. The Lions get depth, all right, with this trade. That helps them out. They can go upgrade some of the line. The offensive line is tight already, but they can help that defense out with these picks, all right, these draft picks. Now, the Texans, they get a proven physical between the tackle runner and David Montgomery, all right? He's a proven goal line back, so that's big for Houston. He's a veteran presence, all right? That's a very young team. He's a veteran presence. So this helps out the Houston Texans big time. If they can get the quarterback back on track, C.J. Stroud, the offense is going to be explosive. And they need Nico Collins to stay healthy. The man is good, but he tends to get banged up a lot. But he's good. Nico Collins is good. All right, let's move over to the next trade I want to talk about. DJ Moore traded to the Buffalo Bills. Now, I know I was talking about a team that might be interested in Tyreek Hill. It's Buffalo, but now since they traded for DJ Moore, more than likely they probably won't, but you never know. They might do, but I don't think so. The trade details. Okay, the Bills get DJ Moore and a 2026 fifth round draft pick. The Bears get a 2026 second round draft pick. Now, people might be like, oh, the Bills gave up a second round pick for DJ Moore, an older player. The second round picks in the draft usually going to be starters in the NFL. All right, that's a very valuable pick. But the Buffalo was like, I'm going out and getting me a proven asset, not somebody coming in rookie that you got to maybe not. A lot of people get caught up in that dynasty or them draft picks. Oh, them draft picks might bust. They might not pan out. So I like what Buffalo did. They know they had a problem in the wide receiver room. They went out and addressed it because they got one of the best quarterbacks in the league in Josh Allen, and they're wasting him, but not surrounding him with talent. So they went out there and got him a real wide receiver one in DJ Moore. Okay? Like I said, biggest issue there was the inconsistency in the wide receiver room. Since they moved on from Stephon Diggs, it was never the same. And Keon Coleman, not saying he's done, he's garbage, but he's not ready to be a wide receiver one. And Shakir is a small slot dude. All right? And the tight end was Dalton Kincaid, he's all right. But DJ Moore will go in as the wide receiver one and will get the majority of the targets. Now, DJ Moore fits perfectly in this system. Okay? Let's not forget their new head coach, Joe Brady, was the offensive coordinator with the Carolina Panthers. And the 2 seasons that DJ Moore exploded and got him to Chicago because he put up numbers, the offensive coordinator was Joe Brady. So he's going into a system that he knows very, very well. He knows it very well. DJ Moore is elite yards after catch. That yak. He's good at it. He's a true wide receiver one with experience. Like I said, he's familiar with Joe Brady, the new head coach. He's only 28 years old. He's still young NFL-wise. He's 28. He's the most proven wide receiver on that roster. He makes that offense more dangerous. Allen plus Moore plus deep ball. Big play machine. That's what I'm going to say. I see a lot of big plays up in Buffalo with those two connecting. So I like the move by Buffalo, giving up a second round pick to go get their franchise quarterback, a real wide receiver one. So big up to Buffalo with that move. Big up to Chicago because they're gonna let the young boys. Luther Burton, he's proven that he can play. In Roma Doomsday, you know, him and Caleb Williams, they got that connection. So big up to Chicago for moving on from DJ Moore and letting them young boys eat. All right. The last thing I want to talk about is another release. And I'm talking about Kyler Murray being released from the Arizona Cardinals. This is not shocking either. Obviously, something up there was not working at all. But to tell you the truth, this is a business. This is mostly about money and timing. The Cardinals owed Murray $36 million guaranteed, even not on the roster. So he's released, but they still owe him $36 million. And the next team that picks him up doesn't have to cover that. The Cardinals got to cover that $36 million. All right. If they didn't release him, the Cardinals I'm talking about, they would have had the 36 plus they would have had to add the additional $19 million guaranteed would have kicked in if they didn't release him. So this was a financial move. They had to, now they was like, we're not going to take that hit. We're saving $19 million. All right. Now, they tried to trade Kyler Murray. There was nobody biting on him. So they had to release him. They tried to trade him. Nobody was like, oh, we'll just sit back and wait because we know we're going to release. He's going to get released. All right. With the Cardinals, his on-the-field situation wasn't great. I'm not going to blame the offensive coordinator. I'm not going to blame the line. It just wasn't great. And him and Marvin Harrison just wasn't on the same page. Time's up. Sometimes a change of scenery is best for an athlete. All right. People get picked early, get labeled a bust. They get bounced around. They find the right situation, the right environment, and they flourish. Sam Darnold. This man was a bust, seeing ghosts up in New York with them Jets. He's a Super Bowl winning quarterback now, Sam Darnold. So change of environment, being in the right environment can help out an athlete. So we'll see what Kyler, this change might help him out. Okay. Now, last thing that I thought it was time to move on. What are they? They were 3-14 last season, the Cardinals. It was time to move on. Now, lucky for Mr. Murray, the QB market right now, there's a lot of teams out there in need of a quarterback. So it's perfect timing for him. So the Cardinals really hooked him up by releasing him because there's teams out there that can definitely use his service. And right now, this is just my opinion, because I know there's a lot of people out there who do not like Kyler Murray. But in my opinion, right now, all the free agent quarterbacks, he's number one. He is number one. Now, some of the teams out there that need a quarterback, even though they got people on the roster, I think they need a quarterback. Number one is the Minnesota Vikings. They might not give up on McCarthy just yet, but it's something not right now. You never know. They might try to get Murray to come in. You got the Jets. Now, this is a nightmare. If he goes there, he's bugging. Unless they give him some money he can't refuse. But the Jets need a quarterback. My boys, the Pittsburgh Steelers, we need a quarterback. Now, Money asked me a question. Yeah, I would take Kyler Murray in a heartbeat. Please, please, Pittsburgh, do not bring that bum Aaron Rodgers back. I know McCarthy was his coach back in Green Bay, but remember, they had issues. Issues don't disappear. They don't disappear. Bringing him in there is, you're just trying to make the fans and sell tickets. You bring Aaron Rodgers back. His time has come and is gone. I don't want to see Aaron in the black and gold. I'm sorry. I'll take Murray over him. And the next team is the Atlanta Falcons. Michael Penix is not going to be ready to start the season off. This one right here, I really don't see it happening, because you got Penix, he's young. And the knee he messed up is the other knee. It's not the same one from college. He'll be back, because they need a quarterback. I think they're going to release Captain Kirko too. I think he might have been released already. So they need a quarterback, the Falcons. All right. The last thing with Murray. This one is, it's not a far stretch, but there's also chatter that he might go to the MLB. Now, if y'all know, when he was in college, he was a D1 outfielder. Boy could play baseball. He got drafted by the Oakland A's in the first round in the MLB draft, the 9th overall pick. The Oakland A's still own the rights to Kyler Murray, and they came out and said, hey, if he wants to come try baseball, he's more than welcome. He's more than welcome. But I don't see it. He's a football player deep down inside. But if he wanted to be like, F it, I'll just go play baseball, that's guaranteed money, he can do it, because he's already been drafted, and the team now already owns his rights. They own him already. So, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to hop in real quick on this Friday. Give my 2 cents. If you agree, good. If you don't, you can put something in the chat or put it on this video. And I like to go back and forth, but most of the time it doesn't happen, but it's all good. So let's end this correctly. Ladies and gentlemen, fantasy football season never ends at the Steeler Bar. I'll be back in. Like I said, maybe once every 2 weeks, I'll hop in and give you my 2 cents. We can keep on talking football. I haven't finished my Dynasty rankings yet, but I'm going to start breaking down my profile for Dynasty players. And you already know the number 1 player is Jeremiah Love from Notre Dame, fighting out as the running back. He's the best player coming out the draft, in my opinion. So, ladies and gentlemen, all I want to say is thank you for watching. Thank you for liking. Thank you for subscribing. Peace.